Red 2 standing by, all for lit and in the green. Welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey. Last time we got the Red goes mad looking for things episode out of the way. Oh no, we didn't. There is a bird. There is a bird that has flown off. I think we need to sit on a bench. Wait, hang on. Oh, I don't believe that. I don't believe that I actually fumbled my way into that. So, if we target... let's follow the dog. What do you got for me, dog? It appears to be wearing what looks like a small dog Akubra. Thank you for the coins. Alright, so what else have you got? Where did you go? Alright, so now what are we going to find? What else have you got for me? I have to lead the... Okay, so I have to lead the dog places, and it will dig things up for me. Well, coins, not bad. Has it got something else? So, this is a guessing game, essentially. The dog will respond. It will help sniff things out. There's the power moon. Thank you very much for the help, dog. It's very nice getting assistance from animals. There are some very intelligent and very useful animals out there. We probably do need to treat them a lot better than we do in some ways, although... it's a bit of a dilemma, really. I will still always enjoy a good barbecue, but... I also know that conditions for animals can be a lot better. I'm probably not going to spend much time pontificating because I do a lot of that already and people probably get annoyed with me sermonizing. I suppose there are probably lots and lots of tricky ethical questions out there and I don't have all the answers to a lot of them. I do know one thing. I can tell you that violence is not the answer. It's the question and the answer is always yes. Okay, in all seriousness, why do I look like an old-school football player with a helmet? With, like, one of the leather helmets or something like that. I think people had leather helmets way back in the day. A little bit weird, but just one of those things, I guess. Interesting to note that apparently, as far as Test cricket goes... The box, or basically groin protector, was actually invented about 100 years or so before they ended up inventing the helmet, or at least using helmets in cricket. I mean, in fairness, that would probably protect the brain for quite a lot of men, but it does say something about priorities, doesn't it? It's really not great, though, if it's like... Fine, you're going to protect people from getting hit in the nuts, but you're not going to protect them from being hit in the head. I mean, okay, sure, you take a hit in the groin, it's painful. I mean, it's probably going to pop something in all fairness, but you can deal with having those busted. You get hit in the head, as the tragic tale of Phil Hughes reminded us, you kinda die. And yeah, that was it was incredibly unfortunate. Just an absolute freak accident that took the life of Phil Hughes. Just one of those things that you couldn't do it if you try, and yet unfortunately, it just happened. And it's unfortunately it's the burden that. The burden that the man who bowled the ball had to live with. I mean, no malice held or anything. There are just some... You can't control things like that sometimes. Just somebody misreads it. There's just a real freak accident, and yeah. Just sort of reminds us that there are lots of accidents which can happen, and we're pretty much one small misfortune away, one little mistake away from actually requiring disability support. So it's always frustrating to note that people treat those with disabilities so utterly poorly. Because, well, they're people, and they're just as... I've jumped off the edge. Now I don't need to worry about using the Hammer Pro and its awkward, janky jumping movement. I'm Dr. Luigi, apparently. Or at least Luigi the scientist. But yeah, honestly, given like we're all one bad day away from being homeless. We're all one bad day or being cast into severe poverty. We're all one bad day away from being disabled. We really should be much kinder to those people and acknowledge that they are still contributing members of society. Remember, there are artists who lost the use of their hands and they're just, you know what, screw it, I'm going to draw with my feet. Power moves to the max. Absolute power moves to the max. So, saying that people who are disabled need generative AI is absolutely ableist. But yeah, dead set. We are all one bad day away from actually becoming one of the people we have been trained to treat as the dregs of society. There are groups that we are trained to treat as the dregs of society, the unemployed and disabled, but we are one bad day away from becoming one of those. We are not one good day away from becoming a billionaire, so we should be treating people with disabilities and people who are in poverty with much greater kindness and treating them as actual decent people, because they are. And billionaires, at least the scooter is here. Billionaires generally are not, but here is my punishment for all my ranting. I've been pontificating again. I've been moralizing, I've been sermonizing, and we get this. See how much easier it is when you got the blasted scooter? Now I have to pull off the tricks. Somehow that worked. Full throttle scooting. And we ride to victory. Ride to hell retribution. Motor scooter daredevil. Right, I think that's pretty much cleaned up the Metro Kingdom. We have really cleaned up this town. Yep, we have everything. Done pretty well if I do say so myself, and we've still got plenty of time. Alrighty. So I think I went to the Seaside Kingdom next, and I am going to wind up cheesing volleyball. I'm probably going to do that off screen, because I don't like the volleyball challenge. Jump up here and let's actually take a look at our lists. Snow Kingdom was... Okay, Snow Kingdom was next. That's really nice. Got a bit of work to do in the Seaside Kingdom and the Luncheon Kingdom. Ruined Kingdom's done. I'm looking forward to going back to Bowser's Kingdom. So, we'll go somewhere nice and cold, and it has been cold here. It has been raining quite a lot, which we need. It's been very cold, very bleak, very grey. Some mornings playing junior soccer were just like that. Alright, so let's head off to another kingdom and set sail for the Snow Kingdom. Because everything else should be cleared. Alright, so we've actually done pretty well here. I need to find where Hint Toad is. Hint Toad is right in front of me. I hadn't even finished saying it. Hint Toad and Talkatoo. You know what? Let's change. But yeah, I'm always going to prefer winter, honestly. I mean, there are some things... Now I do look like a construction boss. I'm just wearing the hard hat. Or a politician who's just going in for a photo op. I really, really look like I'm going in for a cheap photo op. I just managed to not avoid. So, let's go to the Talkatoo. Let's give myself cranial trauma and fall into freezing water. That's surely going to end well. Nobody has ever suffered by giving themselves cranial trauma and jumping into icy water. Where's the bird? On the other side of this. Was it up here? Alright, bird, where are you? It's up somewhere. That's all I know. It's up somewhere. But I don't... Oh. I totally misread the map. They're all down here. There's a Toasterinen. Oh, cool. It does show you the hint hide you've got, so that's something. The bird should be nearby. At least I think it's nearby. There it is. There we go. Probably huddled up against someone for warmth. Oh, sorry. Peach has got a stylish get-up. This kingdom is freezing, but at least it's nice and warm indoors. I wonder if the racing warms it up. I wish I could join the races. They look positively thrilling. We found a power moon buried in the snow. It's yours now. Peach always has good outfits, honestly. She's got style, she's got class, but she can also be an absolute gremlin when she needs to be. Like, my appreciation of Peach has grown a lot over the years. And I think... Snow Kingdom regular cup. It's hiding somewhere. Hat and seek in the snow. Ah, right. Those are the only ones we need. So we need to find people with headgear. Probably huddled up on someone. I am trying to look behind you. But I presume that you do not have a hat on. I mean, a bonneter. You do not have a bonneter. Souvenirs, you're in the right place. You cannot have these. Okay, so not in this area. Probably in the race course. Because there's only one person upstairs, and down we go. Alright, so yeah, probably down here in all fairness. Quite sturdy. Okay, so... Ah, there we go. That looks ridiculous. You found me. I thought I was pretty well hidden. I'll give you this. Just let me stay right here, okay? How is he possessed? Are the hoods separate? Or how does the bonnet possess the entire garment? But it looks so silly with the nose. That big pom-pom just makes it look like a ridiculous nose wobbling around. Alright. Nearly ready to race. Oh, that's Cooper Trace walking. All the way over the other corner. Oh. Oh well. We can make it over and then participate in the race. I think we have to get to near the Odyssey, if I remember correctly. Because there's not really a lot of space to race out here. It's a decent-sized kingdom and it's got a very nice atmosphere, but there's not a lot of room for racing. So, let's learn the track. I think it winds up being a blizzard, which is a pain in the butt. Yep, we have to race back to the Odyssey, which is conveniently taken off. Jump into the great unknown. You know, there really should be better unknowns in all fairness. I really think we should have more unknowns with different letter setups. Where exactly am I going? Oh, that's where I was going. I found the right way, at least. But yeah, we really should have more unknowns, because when you think about it, the unknowns are really strange, because essentially a different written language has been canonized for the Pokemon world. You can actually see different letters in later games, especially Scarlet and Violet. So the big question is, are the unknowns actually legible to the people of these regions? Oh, so it's hiding something. Nice, we can just go straight in. So are the unknowns actually... Oh, it's a race course. Oh dear. Alright, so we have to do the secret racing course. You'll need all of your great skill. This is gonna suck. Bound Bowl Grand Prix, Iceburn Circuit Class A. Help. First try on that one. That was a bit risky. I didn't think I was going to get it, but I pulled it out on the last lap, which is questionable when you think about it. And then we have to do this again for another Power Moon. We need the Class S track. Alright, wish me luck. Crank up the F-Zero, we're going for speed. And I nearly lapped someone. And a new lap record on top of that.
Our supersonic snowman has no rival. As promised, your power moon.
Good, I don't have to do too much more of that. That's a nightmare. Alright. I will let him be. I have controlled that man for long enough. So what else have we got out here? We've got something in the water nearby. We can ground pound it, but we could also go and be a fish. Alright, there's a P switch. So, swim, fishy. And there we go. Very easy. Deep in the cold, cold water. We don't really want to worry about cold water that much. Alright. Snow Kingdom Timer Challenge 3. Okay, well that worked. We rushed our way through. And there's a moon right above the Odyssey by the looks of it. We're still cold. Suits are not good for insulation. Luigi's cold too on top of that. Do I use the Typhoon? Sneak up here. Can I actually climb up there as the Typhoon? We're slowly getting there. We are elevating. We are going for speed, and we have got a moon shining on high. We can do the race again, and that might be a good opportunity to wrap things up. Pity I can't sort of launch myself backwards by using wind, but that would be a bit of an issue for them, in all fairness. And we miss again, and... oh well, better breaking our knees than cranial trauma, so let's race again to wrap things up for this episode. Hide behind the signboard and away we go. Sorry. And it becomes a blizzard just for the race, just so you can't see where you're going, which is a pain in the backside. Alright. What's that Koopa wound up capturing? Oh wait, he's got the fish. Fortunately, I take the direct route. And that wraps things up very nicely for us. We get another racing moon and we're all good to go on this. Thank you very much for joining me. Till next time, this is Red 2 returning to base. The cover's come off again. How did I fail and succeed? I thought I was going to have to start the whole thing again.
No! Not into the pit! It burns!